What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Two Honks podcast, where we're going to spare the honks and spoil the child. My name's Joe Little, lording above me, eating upon his golden plate with a silver spoon upon his mouth, being fanned with fantastic greenery over his heads by his selected group of prostitutes or concubines or whatever you may call them, is Lamar Costin. How are you today, Lamar?
Oh, thank you. Thank you for noticing my entourage. I think they add a little something.
He comes with an entourage now, ladies and gentlemen.
I prefer not to acknowledge them because...
I wish people could see this.
Yeah, that's just how I roll. But
we can afford all of these things, but somehow we just can't quite get a video camera in here.
We haven't figured out the video part, but this isn't a video cast.
Yeah, it's not a video cast.
I want to talk about something right off the bat here. Because people can't see what we're doing.
Yeah.
They're not really... I feel like they're not really understanding the things that we say.
Yeah.
Because we talk with our hands a lot, and I'm doing that right now. I'm using my hands to exact a point that makes it very clear what I'm saying.
No, I use my hands a lot when I talk.
It's almost more important than what we're saying is what we're doing with our hands.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, I feel like certain things might get actually misinterpreted.
Yeah.
If people can't see our hand motions.
We're doing very intricate motions that signify specific differences between words.
Yeah.
Because the language we use is, we might as well be dogs barking at each other. I mean,
it's like watching a politician speak. You know?
Yeah.
You know the hand movements that they use?
It's all in the hands.
It's all in the hands.
Yeah.
You wouldn't believe them. You wouldn't like them. You wouldn't even care about their beliefs if they didn't have the hand motions.
What if we did like a hand cam where it was just, you can't
Maybe
see.
we should do a hand cam.
You can't see my hands, but I just said a lot with that.
Yeah.
See? So
I said a lot of things. We should get Jackie on here because Jackie knows a fair amount of American Sign Language. He's all about speaking with the hands.
he understands the value of a good hand.
He understands the hands.
A good hand can't be replaced by its weight in gold, I don't think.
So if you listen to the Two Honks podcast and you're a good man who can understand hands, go ahead and shoot us an email at twohonkspodcast@gmail.com. twohonkspodcast@gmail.com.
Lend a man a hand if you know a good man.
Lend a man a hand if you know a good man. Because Jackie knows a good hand and an American Sign Language man.
Jackie can spot a hand from a half a mile away.
Yeah.
So
He's, Jackie can tell you exactly what those hands are saying from a half a mile away, too.
I bet he could see what we're doing with our hands even without seeing them right now.
Yeah. I mean, if any of you know Jackie, go ahead and get him on the phone. Listen to this podcast. He'll tell you exactly what we're doing with our hands.
Let's talk about hands.
Let's talk about hands.
I got scorched today. I'm like, I pickled myself.
That's right.
I went out and
you went to the beach today.
I got roasted. Yeah, I just scratched my belly and that was a bad idea.
So where was it that you went? Where'd you go?
I went to the Rock. That's what I do. Everybody knows that. Everybody knows that about me.
Yeah.
I go to the Rock and I take off my clothing.
So for anybody that doesn't know, Rooster Rock State Park. It's a state park, right?
Yeah.
In the state of Oregon.
Is this a state park?
It's right off of Highway 84, probably about a 45-minute drive outside of Portland.
It's close to the Multnomah Falls.
Yeah.
Where a lot of people like to vacation.
Multnomah
Falls?
No, Multnomah.
I think that's
Falls.
how you say it.
Is that Horsetail Falls where all the people go?
That's Horse Feathers.
Horse Feathers.
Horse Feathers Falls.
Horse Feathers Falls.
That's one exit from Octopus Waterfalls.
Yeah.
I believe.
I went to Horse Feathers one time, and I am not going to lie, I hated it.
Really?
It is a beautiful spot.
Right.
Don't get me wrong.
Too many horses?
It is
not enough.
Too many horses.
Okay.
Too many horse
depending
feathers
on the season.
there.
Yeah, depending on the season, sometimes there's not enough horses there.
Yeah. Yeah, nah, but there's just too much going on right there. I can't.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful spot.
It's kind of a hot spot.
Like if there wasn't anything going on there, I would love it so much more.
Right.
But yeah.
Yeah, the horse feathers can irritate some people's lungs too.
Yeah.
I know they're very feathery.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, what are you gonna do?
What are you gonna?
But yeah, it was nice out there. It was almost nobody there today,
Yeah.
which was pretty awesome. I ran into Bryce on the way out, which was a pleasant surprise.
Nice.
Yeah, pretty cool though. It was a good time.
It's going out there frequently. What the thing that I'm noticing lately is all my friends who don't have children, they're getting real tan.
Yeah, really.
You're getting real tan here, Lamar.
Yeah, I got a little bit going on there.
I'm worried about you. Have you ever been screened for skin cancer?
You know what? I did go have a thing scraped off. It was actually cut off of me, but they've used the term scraped because it's less scary sounding.
Okay. How long ago?
This is about 6 months ago.
Okay. Let's go again.
Let's go again.
Let's go check that out again.
Can you go with me?
Yeah, I mean, we got the real good insurance going on for you, so we can rip it.
We can do it.
We can do it.
Speaking of feathers,
okay.
I found 2 huge eagle feathers today.
Okay.
At the Rock, and I heard one of my friends from work said that it might be illegal to take feathers away from their natural habitats.
So that was going to be my next thing.
Did I just admit to something illegal?
I mean, you may have, but the thing is, the eagle is not using that feather.
I don't think they are. I mean,
and what's your intended use for this eagle feather? What are you doing with it?
I use it for flare on my Honda Fit.
Flare, okay.
Which I think is pretty important.
You're not using it to like cook crystal meth or something like that, right?
I don't think an eagle feather would be the best. I think like a condor, some kind of a California condor.
Yeah, I'd rather use a stovetop.
Stovetop condor is a good one.
Yeah, stovetop condors.
Yeah. Flap top.
Yeah, flat top condors.
Yeah.
Those would probably be my
flapjack condor.
Preferred feathers for cooking meth.
Flat top, stovetop, flat top condor.
Yeah.
But yeah, I use these as flare. I just put them on my windshield so people know that I'm a fan of the feathered friends.
Oh, okay.
I support feathered friends.
Okay, cool. I don't think anybody's going to get you in trouble for that.
Yeah.
I think you're going to be in the clear, probably.
I think it's interesting that is like, I know you're not supposed to remove like rocks and minerals, which is actually like part of the place. Like that'd be like taking a tree.
You're also not supposed to remove like forest product. Like you're not supposed to take a branch off of a tree and just throw it in your car.
Right.
You know, that's technically an issue.
But a feather, I think a feather is something that kind of flew in.
Yeah.
It's transient because it's not rooted there.
Yeah, yeah.
A feather is free.
Well, so the thing that I know of is growing up in Nevada, there's a lot of Native American reservations around Reno, Nevada,
right
out there in the desert. And if you're on reservation land and a bald eagle leaves a feather on that land, you better leave it right there.
Yeah. Because
for them and their religion, that's a very, very sacred symbol to them. Okay. And so, is that just the bald eagle or? Yeah, I think it's just the bald eagle. That's what I know of. Yeah, I wonder. But there again, I'm a honk. I don't know anything. Right. So, but I do know that. I do know that if you remove one and reservation police come across you and you have a bald eagle feather with you, they're gonna be asking you questions about it.
So my flare driving around in my car might not be the smartest idea.
Yeah, just don't drive on an Indian reservation.
Okay.
You'll probably be okay.
Right.
I don't think Portland PD is going to be too worried about it.
Yeah. They've got other fish in the oven.
Yeah.
Probably.
They got bigger cats to fry.
Yeah.
If you're catching my drift there.
I'm catting your drift.
Yeah, you're catting my drift, aren't you? But
I like what you did with your hands there too. Again, it's a shame that nobody could see that.
Yeah.
Because it's like, if you're here, like when I'm here,
Yeah.
and you're there, I feel like I'm speaking from here.
Yeah.
So without the hands, I
But
sound like an
sometimes-
idiot. You know.
Sometimes I'm like here, and then I go here,
Right.
but I want to be here
Yeah, because that's too far.
because it's too far.
Yeah.
And I really wish people could see that.
What you just did was a magnificent
Yeah.
display of spatial. hand.
I don't only use my hands. I use my entire body.
Yeah, I mean, you could call it acrobatics. What you just did.
Yeah.
I think that's not a far-fetched term.
And it just sucks that nobody can see that because this is a podcast and not like a video cast.
You didn't even break a sweat.
Yeah, because we're not hacks.
Yeah.
We don't need people. I don't need you to see me.
We don't even need you to understand, but it might be nice.
I don't need you to know anything because I do this for you.
We started this podcast for you.
Yeah, exactly.
You're welcome. So,
Yeah, you're welcome.
I wanted to bring up something that I thought was kind of interesting.
Okay.
Instagram. Everybody's on there.
Yeah.
Everybody's gramming.
I think.
What's up with? Why is everybody
Hey,
gramming?
Can I give you a side thought about Instagram really quick here?
Yeah.
Because Instagram, I feel like.
Is it destroying America?
Well, I feel like if you're the age 20, like 21, 22 or under,
Yeah.
you're on TikTok. You
You're-
use TikTok.
You're on the talk. Yeah.
TikTok is your thing. But if you're approaching your 30s or you're in your 30s,
Right.
you're using the gram. You're using Instagram.
Is it short for grandpa and grandma, do you think?
I think so.
'Cause that's how
I
old
think that's
people are.
kind of what it's become. But the thing, I mean, the gram, it's not even about what you post anymore. It's all about the stories.
It's all about the stories.
Everybody wants to post something,
Right.
have it up for 24 hours, and then it's gone.
Right. If you're in the know, if you're hip, you
Yeah.
got stories on stories on stories on stories.
Yeah.
And they're always fading. Like
Yeah.
as that 24-hour cycle goes, they moved on with their lives. They're doing something else
Yeah.
really, really cool.
Do you think that means that older people are just more ashamed of themselves? Like they've made too many mistakes in their lives that they don't want their history just posted everywhere?
Could be.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I was coming at it from the direction that they're living lives that are so exciting that they can't be bothered to archive these things.
Yeah.
There's just too much happening. It's just like a live feed, basically. It's like, look, I'm eating downtown. Now
Yeah.
I'm eating at a different restaurant downtown.
Yeah.
And now I'm eating at a totally different restaurant downtown.
Yeah.
Now I'm having a drink at a restaurant downtown. Now I'm having dessert. Now I'm partying at a different club downtown.
Yeah.
So
Now
you
I'm
kind of-
having a drink at a club downtown where I didn't have food
Right. I didn't eat food that one.
and I didn't eat, yeah. And I just partied with my friends
Right.
downtown.
We had beer at this bar, but
Yeah.
we had martinis at this other bar.
Well, and like,
And you can see that on the story. So
but wasn't that the same shit we did on like MySpace too?
I guess so. But I mean, you could still see that stuff, right?
Yeah.
Because it's still there. It leaves a
No,
trail.
it's not still there anymore. Like not on MySpace anyway.
Right.
Like Facebook has a trail. Like I get reminders of things that I posted 12 years ago on Facebook. That's just like insane to me right
It's
now.
kind of a shame to see that because you're like,
I'm always like, what a waste of everybody's time, you know?
yeah, but you're going to be like,
Like, why did I put that on the internet?
you're going to be embarrassed,
Yeah.
right? You're like, it's kind of like the walk of shame. You're not putting that on the stories.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, you're not putting that on the stories. But what about this? But like that's the thing. Okay, so people used to do that on MySpace, right? A selfie with a group of friends, and the caption was typically like, "Oh, hey, you know, I'm so happy to be here with my best friends,"
Right.
Or something like, "I have the best friends out of anybody."
Sure.
People are still doing that on Instagram.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
That's still happening it's the same group of people, but they're just older now.
Right. People do age, it seems like.
But the thing is, in my opinion, that has always been a flex.
Yeah, it
You're
does
not
feel that way.
Yeah, you're not being genuine. Like, I guarantee you, most of the people that are posing that picture with that person taking the selfie that's saying, "I'm so glad I have great friends,"
Yeah.
are like, "Oh shit, well, I didn't know we were such great friends." I mean,
I don't even know your name.
Kind of like, yeah, it was kind of like posing for a picture with you or whatever.
Like, I just met you or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I've had people like that in my life before. Like, I didn't know that we were that close, you know?
Yeah, it's like, whoa, I didn't realize, like, I'm your only friend, or...
But, like, I mean, has this happened on Instagram recently to you? Have you noticed people saying things like this?
I've started to see a little bit of... I guess it could be seen as a flex.
Yeah.
But it could also be seen as, like... from the other party, like, from my perspective, it could be seen as kind of like a burn, also.
Yeah.
If it's, like your best friend example, it's like... If I'm looking at those stories and I'm like, well, wait a minute, something's not right here because I'm not in those photos.
Yeah, yeah.
And you just said, I just had the best time with all my best friends. Either I read that wrong or I was there and I just was a different person or something.
Yeah. It's like, maybe it's paranoid to think this way.
Yeah.
But maybe it's like that person is saying something inadvertently to you.
Right.
And they don't want to say something directly. They just want to post something on the internet.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been guilty of doing that in the past.
Does it just, you just want to post something?
Well, like, I've been guilty of making fun of somebody else's post on a public post rather than just responding to what they said with something insulting.
Yeah.
Because responding to what they said with something insulting is honest.
Right.
It's not fun. They don't like it. They're angry about it.
Right.
But it is honest. You know?
Right.
You can't not admit that. But, I mean, posting something in public is also honest, but it's also extremely passive-aggressive.
Yeah.
So, do you think that people maybe post things passive-aggressively more often than not? Do you think that's more of the content that you see on the internet?
I don't think it is. I think it's like... I think I'm just a sensitive person.
Yeah.
So for me, it's like I'm a sensitive person. I'm also like have a dark mind.
Yeah.
So I'm also just like, instead of being like, oh, wow, good for them. Looks like they had a fun time. Mm-hmm. It's like, oh, wow, look at them. Looks like they had a fun time. You know?
The sentence is the same.
Yeah. And my hands are doing different things.
It's different. Yeah.
My hands are wildly different.
Your hands are much more aggressive.
Yeah.
As they
I'm
do
whipping them around.
I'm kind of doing a...
It's almost like Jello with the whipping action.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's kind of just a different tone. It's like, oh, like a little bit of the FOMO kind of thing where it's like, that's like kind of the dark side of social media is like, oh, well, why wasn't I invited or whatever?
Yeah, exactly.
You know, it's kind of like, oh, I wish I was that cool.
So do you...
But of course, that's like, if that's actually the case, then that's like my bullshit to deal with.
But, and this is something I brought up to you earlier in our little pre-pod discussion was, the couples that you see on Instagram that are constantly posting pictures of them. Hey, we're at the beach. Hey, we're at this restaurant. You know, I mean, couples are always going to do that.
Right.
Like, don't make it. I'm not talking about couples.
Couples be couples.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not talking about couples that do that, you know, once every 2 or 3 months. Hey, we're having a great date night or whatever.
Right.
I'm talking about the couples who are posting about that stuff constantly.
Yeah.
You know, it's like 1 to 2 posts a day about how much they love each other.
Right. If it's not in the first few months of the relationship, it feels a little bit like Like, do you believe that?
Yeah, yeah.
We're trying to like make ourselves believe it. You know, we love each other.
But the thing is, I mean, 9 times out of 10, those couples don't survive.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think that's true, but I also think like most couples don't survive.
Well, yeah, most couples don't survive, but I'm talking about those couples.
Yeah.
Specifically.
9 out of 10 of those couples probably not gonna make it.
Yeah, well, and I mean, because the thing is, they build their entire relationship around telling other people how great their relationship is rather than making it great for themselves.
It's like, we only got like 200 likes on that last one. Do you think we should break up?
Yeah, do you think we should break up?
Should we take a break?
Yeah.
I think we might break up. I think we're breaking up.
I think we're breaking up right now.
Get no likes. I think we just broke up.
I
think we got canceled.
We're not cute enough to get likes on the internet.
I don't think anybody likes us anymore.
But my point is, I think that ideology, it trickles down.
Yeah.
Because if you have somebody that's on the internet that's just like constantly talking about how happy they are, even if it's not in a relationship or whatever,
Yeah.
they're not actually a happy person.
You're saying they're just kind of spinning this.
Exactly. They're
image.
spinning an image for themselves so that they can eventually be loved by somebody else.
Right.
Those are people with something to prove.
Right. Something
They're
to hide.
not.
Maybe,
Yeah.
too.
And just so the listener knows, I understand my own hypocrisy in this.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, hey, let's start a podcast because I'm so fucking hilarious.
smart.
Let's talk about how funny I am.
We're fucking hilarious.
I understand the hypocrisy, but that doesn't mean I can't make observations.
Look how we use our hands to say things.
Yeah, exactly. I wish people could see my hand motions. They're so great.
Whatever you just did with your hands there's no words for it.
I did a couple backflips, and nobody even knows.
Yeah.
They don't even get to see it.
I didn't think it was possible
Yeah.
to do that.
No. I mean, we do impossible things.
Like on the regular. It's like breathing to us.
Yeah, pretty much.
Speaking of which, we have a new sponsor.
Oh, yes. Oh,
And
let me sit back down now.
yeah, we didn't.
You were lording a little bit too much. I need this.
Yeah, I noticed that. It's hard. It's hard to stay up here, lording the way that I do all the time.
Yeah.
But someone has to do it, and I think maybe I was born to do it.
Yeah.
So.
I'm just born this way.
But yeah, we did lose our Tank Flap sponsorship due to multiple deaths, lawsuit, grand jury induction, and DEA, FBI,
Needless
CIA
to say,
investigation.
we were happy to separate ourselves from the name.
Yeah, we're done with them. They're done with us, and they're done killing people. So that's what's really awesome about it. But we do have this new sponsor, and it's not a product. How can we describe this? It's not something people can buy.
It's essentially just the air you breathe.
It's kind of like the air you breathe.
It's in the air that you breathe.
But it's actually endogenous. It actually comes from within.
It comes from within as well. But okay, so let's talk about it. So the new sponsor for the show is nitric oxide.
Nitric oxide.
And nitric oxide is something that naturally occurs in the universe. And we are not sponsored by a supplement company.
Right, you can't buy this.
There's not a phone number.
There's no website.
There's not a website.
You can't buy it.
So what happened was Lamar and I started breathing very deeply through our nasal passages.
Right, exactly.
And we just started to witness money getting deposited into our bank accounts.
Yeah, you said you checked your phone and suddenly there was like a couple 100,000.
Yeah, a couple 100,000 a day is what I'm getting right now.
So that's just from breathing deeply. And we're not going to say that that's going to happen to you.
Yeah.
Because you're a different person probably.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you have a podcast with so many listeners like we do,
right,
then that might happen for you.
It's
a possibility.
Any number of things that could be identical maybe would help.
Yeah. Well, and we literally don't have to say anything about this product because it is literally in the air.
It's in our
itself.
It's in the bank already.
It's in your body.
Yeah.
We don't have to, but we feel the need to.
It's endogenous.
Yeah. So Lamar has some tidbits here about nitric oxide.
Yeah. So I didn't know what it was. You told me about how much money you were making from this thing, and I was like, what is it? I looked it up. It's something that our bodies produce. It's a sing-along molecule, but it's not a home alone. So that's I guess that's a good thing about it.
Oh, okay.
The sing-along molecule especially, but it's especially produced in our Simon Says.
Okay.
I honestly, I'm not a scientist. and I don't know what a lot of this stuff means, but it has powerful anti-memory properties and in the artilleries.
Oh, okay.
So I'm not sure if that's like a historical
So
thing.
it has anti-memory properties that are in your internal artilleries.
Inside your artilleries.
Wow.
It lowers Lester overall, and it acts as a bagel dye or later.
A bagel dye.
If you eat bagels, I don't understand what that means, dye or later,
Yeah.
but that's a good thing.
Okay.
That's my understanding because it lowers Lester overall.
Okay.
And
so
if you have too much Lester, he's kind of a nag.
Yeah.
You know what
no, I had an issue with Lester.
Right.
About a week ago, I talked to my doctor about it, and he gave me a couple of supplements
Lowered your Lester overall.
that lowered my Lester overall.
Right.
But I started just breathing deeply, and nitric oxide kind of took over.
It fixed it.
It fixed it. It's in your nasal, so
Yeah, it's inside the nasal.
yeah.
It raises baboon defense, and it
Wow.
also improves communist murmur inspections also.
Oh my goodness! So if you're going to Cuba, this is exactly what you want.
If you're going to be traveling outside of the country,
Yeah,
I would recommend looking into it.
yeah, especially with the coronavirus.
Yeah.
You want nitric oxide to be on your side.
Yeah, I mean, and like it's sponsoring our show. It's somehow making a lot of money for us, but again, you can't buy it. So
Yeah, you can't buy it. You don't have to buy it. Literally the only thing you need to do to support the Two Honks podcast right now is continue to breathe deeply through your nasal.
if you breathe deeply, it comes with insulin.
If you're breathing deeply, I'm making money.
Yeah.
Okay.
Keep doing that.
There's a direct transaction going on there.
right.
I don't understand it.
There's no money trail.
Yeah. And again, I wish you could see what I'm doing with my hands because it's magnificent.
Everything we're doing with our hands better describes what we're talking about. And
Yeah.
You can't see that, so there's no way you could possibly understand that.
It's literally the best possible description we could possibly give.
We're
with our
gesticulating
hands.
So many ways.
So many ways.
So anyways, so I wanted to bring up this billboard that I saw. This is kind of a little tidbit. It's kind of just a silly moment I had where, like, I used to smoke cigarettes here and there,
Yeah.
and now I kind of vape here and there. But
You're a vapor.
I'm a little bit of a vapor,
Yeah.
like a mini vapor.
You're not a person, you're a vapor.
Yeah,
You're not a ghost, you're a vapor.
I stopped being.
You're not a mist, you're a vapor.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I stopped being a person.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I was driving home from work on the Highway 30. It's kind of like Forest Park is like on one side, and there's this giant billboard with a man standing there, not doing anything,
Yeah.
just standing there smiling. And the billboard says, quitting vaping isn't easy, but it's worth it.
yeah.
And I was like, ironically, like it hitting my vaporizer
Yeah.
as I drove by, and I was like, wow, look at that. And first the message kind of came to me like, whoa, like vaping is a problem, you know?
Yeah.
Like people need to stop. People need to knock it off.
Yeah.
Like knock it off.
Yeah.
Get out, like stop it.
Shut up.
Shut it down.
Shut it down.
Shut down the vaping.
Yeah.
So I got the message. I was like, wow, that's a powerful message. It's worth it.
Yeah.
It's not easy, but nothing that's worth doing is, right?
Yeah.
But then I remembered the guy, and I looked back at the guy. And I'm driving like 50 miles an hour. This felt like an eternity.
Yeah.
I was just analyzing this. I looked at the guy, and I'm like, this is just some guy. This is just some dude. I was like, he probably doesn't even vape. He probably never vaped.
Yeah.
This is probably a stock photo that they put up there of this guy. And then it occurred to me that this billboard was total bullshit.
Yeah.
Again, with my hands gesticulating,
Yeah.
how much I feel about this. It was like this much.
Yeah.
I was like, this is manipulation.
Yeah.
Not that the message is wrong, but the fact that they put this picture of this guy there that's smiling. Hey, like I'm smiling. It's not that bad. I quit.
Yeah.
I quit vaping. You could do it.
But in reality, it's like some random actor's headshot that like lives in
Yeah.
LA or something like that.
Yeah, he's like used for condom ads in like Los Angeles billboards.
Yeah.
It's like, you don't wear condoms and you don't vape, Dave.
Yeah.
Like, I know who you are, Dave.
Dave.
You're just a photo guy. And
Shut up, Dave.
Shut up, Dave.
You drink one of those green smoothies and go for a 9-mile run every morning. I know who the fuck you are, Dave.
Yeah, Dave.
You never vaped, Dave.
You've never partied in your life, Dave. You've never had a girlfriend, Dave.
Shut up, Dave.
Shut up.
Get off my back, Dave.
Pay me your half of the rent, Dave.
Now you're not yet. You're on some kind of vaping billboard, Dave.
You don't even vape, Dave.
Never even vaped. What happened to your money, Dave? Where's your money, Dave?
Where's the fucking money?
Where's
Dave?
the rent, Dave?
Where are my beers that were in the fridge, Dave?
Where's my reconciliation sandwich, Dave?
Suddenly, Dave. But yeah, I guess my point there was like, as always,
Yeah.
pretty skeptical when I view advertisements.
Yeah.
Even if they're positive messages. I think that they're all manipulative.
Do you end up finding yourself skeptical in general?
I'm a skeptical guy.
You're a skeptical guy. So
I think I'm an optimistic guy in some ways, but not in the way that advertising companies advertise.
Well, here's a better question. Do you find yourself skeptical of just like strangers on the street normally?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I don't trust them.
Like if a random person that knocked on your door and you didn't know them.
motherfuckers.
Yeah.
I don't trust those motherfuckers.
Yeah. But if a random person knocked on your door and you didn't know him, how would you treat him? Would you be standoffish?
First, I'd get my gun.
Yeah. I'm trying to keep a straight face during this podcast, but when Lamar says he owns a gun, I just have to laugh.
I have never had that happen. This is like the quietest place ever.
Yeah, yeah.
As far as like interaction happens. I would probably answer the door with good intention. I think I approach strangers, especially when they try to interact with me, with goodwill.
Yeah.
Approach them in a positive way.
Yeah.
I'm pretty good at sniffing out danger though too, and I'll generally just try to avoid it.
Yeah.
If possible.
I had an interesting situation the other day.
Yeah.
So I'm going to bounce this off of you, and you tell me what you think of my reaction.
Okay.
So I was sitting at home, and I work from home, and I was finishing up my work day, and no, actually my work day was done at this point. So and it was a Thursday, so my job on Thursdays is to, when I get off work, I clean up the house a little bit real quick, and then I go pick up my son.
Right.
And while I'm in that little in-between point, while I'm cleaning up the house a little bit, this girl is obviously on a phone call, and she answers the phone call, and she starts pacing back and forth in front of my house, like talking on the call. Like, and I overhear bits and pieces of her call, and like it sounds like a work call,
Okay.
Like she's talking about,
Boss is riding her ass.
yeah, Kevin in HR or whatever.
Yeah.
But then I'm doing something else. So I go to put something away in the room. So I walked away from the front windows in the front of my house. And I go to put something away in the room. And then I come back out. And then when I come back out, it's that girl. And she's knocking on the door.
Huh.
And I was like, I wasn't expecting any company. I was like about to
Right.
leave to go pick up my son. So I put the dogs in the garage so they don't like bombard this person.
Yeah.
Well, I open up the door, and she goes, "Hey, is Sarah Marie here?" I was like, "No, my wife's not here. She's at work right now." And she goes, "Oh, well, where does she work?" I was like, "Well, she works in Vancouver, but who's asking?" Like,
Yeah.
and then she was like, "Oh, well, she does my hair, and I've always had it done here before. I didn't know that it was." I was like, "Oh, okay."
Okay.
So I gave her the address for the salon. But apparently when she talked to Sarah later, when she went and got her hair done, she was like, "Yeah, no, he was really weird and like standoffish with me." I was like, "What was I supposed to be warm and inviting?
Come on in.
Somebody that I don't fucking know is asking where my wife works? Like, am I
Yeah.
supposed to be I don't know. What's your immediate understanding of my reaction to that?"
I mean, I I think you responded appropriately. I didn't see what your hands were doing while you were talking to her.
Yeah.
So I think that plays a big factor.
Well, I was definitely making a lot of hand gestures.
Were you wildly? Okay.
Yeah, sure. Her eyes were all over the place.
You were darting like fingers together in 45-degree angles.
Yeah.
Up and down.
45-degree angles, sometimes 90.
Oh, okay.
I was making a couple of motions at her.
Okay.
I was like, who's asking where my wife works? That's basically what I was doing. And I wish the listener could just see the things
and
that
I'm now
doing
mimicking
with my
what
hands.
he's saying.
Yeah.
So it's,
Yeah, exactly. And it's amazing. You're so good at imitating me. You're so talented.
Well, thank you. Thank you for noticing that.
Yeah.
I think I would be a little bit wary of a person. Anybody who's pacing around, I don't trust.
Yeah.
Even if it's a dog.
Yeah.
Especially if it's a dog.
Yeah. Well, dogs have shifty eyes sometimes.
Sometimes they just have like a dog face too.
Yeah.
I don't trust it.
Yeah.
But pacing people, I generally try to avoid that. If they came up to me, I'd probably be like, what's going on with your pacing movements? Mm-hmm. Like, can you stand still? Was she pacing while she was talking to you?
No, she wasn't pacing while she was talking to me. She was just very urgently trying to get into the house.
Maybe my thought,
and that sketched me out too. Like, hey, is your wife here?
She's got her foot in the door. Like,
I don't know who the fuck you are.
She's like looking around,
just dodging around.
Yeah.
And I'm making all these motions with my hands.
I think that's the right thing to do from your perspective.
Yeah, exactly.
The hand motions.
A lot of hand motions to deflect.
Deflects and blocks her from physically entering.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and I think you handled that appropriately, it sounds like.
Yeah.
I would be very concerned.
Yeah, but apparently she went to Sarah. She was like, he was like really standoffish and weird.
He was being really strange.
He was really being strange.
He was moving his hands around a lot.
It's like, yeah, and I also thought it was a little bit strange that somebody I don't know is asking where my wife works and trying to get into my house. Like, I also found that strange. Like, am I supposed to just be okay with that? Like, why is everybody treating like this? Like there's something wrong with me. Like, Jesus Christ.
Like, who are you and where's Sarah?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's like if I knocked on your door and where's Maria? Can I talk to her? She said she has the kids.
You'd have been like, if you did the thing again, hard for the listener to understand this.
Yeah.
Made the
politician hand movement.
Well, it's more of the essence motion.
Yeah.
Right in front of your face and got her attention and was like, I'm a person. Like if you said that to her, I am a person. I am a human.
I am a person.
That might have helped.
I'm going to run for the president of the United States.
Stop what you're saying and look at me. I'm a person.
Yeah.
I don't care who you're looking for. Look at me.
Yeah.
I am a human being.
Yeah.
Maybe that would have changed things a little bit.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, so there's a couple more things I wanted to talk about.
Okay.
Real quick, I want to talk about my day.
Yeah, let's do it.
Since we're deep in the zone.
Let's talk. We haven't even talked about your day.
We're 38 minutes in right now.
Yeah.
I had a real big day today.
You had a big one?
And this is all true stories here, okay?
We ain't around.
Yeah. Yeah, so anyway, I'm gonna talk about my day a little bit. So
okay.
Before I talk about my day, I need to preface my day a little bit.
Preface the day.
So I've been going to therapy appointments twice a month for about the last 2 years.
Right.
I've had some breaks in there. There was one time where I didn't go for 5 or 6 months or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, pretty consistently for the most part. Twice a month for a couple of years.
Yeah.
And a couple of weeks ago, I had a therapy appointment where my therapist asked me a handful of questions. The answers to every single one of those questions was a yes. Mm-hmm. And at the end of my answers to those questions, he was like, I am reasonably certain that you have ADD or ADHD.
Okay.
So today was my day to figure that all out.
Yeah, do the test.
I had to do the test.
Yeah.
So I had a doctor's appointment at 10 o'clock this morning, and they did some tests, and the guy was like, "Yeah, you have ADHD."
Okay. And
Just-
there's a difference between the H and the regular D.
I still don't understand it.
Yeah.
So this is a brand new thing to me. I still don't get it at all.
Okay.
So I'm not going to claim to be an expert on the subject.
Yeah.
But I can tell you what happened to me. But the thing was, he got to say, I'm about 90% certain that you have ADHD.
Okay.
He's like, I can't diagnose you in just one appointment.
Right.
He's like, but I do want you to fill out these questionnaires so that I can make a better assessment. And by the time you have a follow-up, we can give you an actual diagnosis.
Okay.
So, and I respected that. I like that process.
Right.
I'm really glad that I didn't get some doctor that was like, yep, you got ADHD. Take this.
Yep, you got it. Yeah.
Get on home. There you go.
Right.
But anyway, so I go through that. And then after that, I have to go see another doctor.
Oh, shoot.
And it was my therapist that originally said that maybe she thinks I have ADD.
Right.
And it was like the whole therapy session was just all about how trying to like cope with a diagnosis.
Oh, okay.
And I know a lot of people out there, they don't think that ADD is that big of a deal.
Right. People were probably just like, oh, whatever.
Yeah. I never thought it was that big of a deal.
You were like, whatever.
Like, I even spent a certain part of my life where I was like, whatever.
Oh, I think I made it.
Whatever. You're making up your diseases. You're making up your...
Yeah, I don't know. I can't pay attention. I don't know.
Too bad for you.
Yeah, something's wrong with me.
But now I know that it's a real thing.
Right.
It's an interesting shit. So I got prescribed a medicine. I told him that I did not want Adderall. I did not want Ritalin because the fact of the matter is Adderall and Ritalin are just they're legal speed, man.
Right.
They're amphetamines.
Yeah.
And we give them to children.
Yeah.
And that's so fucked up.
And you mentioned at some point to me that there was like a time release version of one of those.
Yeah, a time release version of like Adderall or whatever. Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure you can crush those up and snort them too. So, I mean,
yeah.
Let's face it. Like, that's what people do. Hey, I'm partying. Yeah, you want to snort some Adderall?
Yeah. Let me speak from experience here for a second. There's no drug in this world that you cannot abuse.
Yeah.
Like, seriously.
Right.
You could figure out how to abuse just about anything.
Yeah, put your mind to it.
Like freaking A, you could soak poppy seeds in water for like 10 days.
Right.
Drink the water and get like as high as you would if you smoked opium.
You get a bagel from the store.
Seriously.
Soak those seeds in some kind of solution.
Yeah.
Put that on foil, evaporate it off, smoke it, and get as high as you could possibly ever want to be.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
Exactly.
for like $1.
But anyway. So now I'm just like coping with this this diagnosis that's just now come across my desk. So if there's anybody out there in the Two Honks podcast community that has ADD or ADHD, go ahead and send us an email, twohonkspodcast@gmail.com. Let me know what your experience with ADHD is like.
Yeah. How's that go?
How's that go?
How's
What's
it
it
work?
do? What are
is
you
it?
doing? What are you having? But
What
anyway,
is it?
so it just brought me to a main thought. We have to appreciate every moment that we have in
Right.
life, right?
Yeah.
And there was some... I was in a 40-year-old woman's house one time, 40-year-old white woman. She had a husband that was a very, very tall, very large man.
Right.
Not like a fat man, but a very large man, like a very intimidating, tall man.
A towering man.
She had a few kids. They were all blonde, and written over the banister in her house, right when you walked through the front door, was 3 words, and those 3 words have already stuck with me. And those words were live, laugh, and love.
Is that right?
Live, laugh, love.
Live, laugh, love. I don't think I've ever heard that before.
And I've thought about that a lot.
Yeah.
I've thought about live, laugh, love a lot.
Have you?
So if I live and I laugh, Does that mean I love to live and laugh?
Well, I don't know. I mean, if you love to live but you don't laugh,
Yeah.
does live laugh?
Does love laugh at laughter? If live loves last?
Who laughs if laughs first?
What if live has the last laugh
Right.
and love's laughter is never heard?
What if Liv and Liz are in a relationship?
Oh,
and,
okay.
And Liv loves Liz,
Yeah.
but Liz loves to laugh, and Liz laughs last. Does
Liz laughs
Liz?
last.
I'm sorry, I said that. Liz loves to laugh, but laugh last.
Live laughs last.
If Liv laughs last, does Liz love live, or does love live?
Well, if love is living in laughter,
Love lives and live.
then laughter loves to live.
Right. I agree with you on that. On
Yeah.
that point, I do.
Yeah.
But if live lives and lives, does laughter laugh last?
Does laughter live with Liz?
Laughter lives in live.
Laughter lives in Liv, and Liv loves Liz.
Right.
So Liv loves laughter, even though Liv loves to laugh.
Live loves
Laugh?
when Liz laughs. But
Okay, Liv loves when Liz laughs.
but Liz laughs at Liz
Oh.
because Liz lives in live.
Liz lives in Liv, and Liv loves to laugh.
Right. And the laughter lives to love.
So doesn't that mean that loving Liz means that Liv lasts last?
Love lasts laughed.
Love lasts laugh?
I think so. Is that right?
I think so too.
Did
I don't see any other kind of logic
Without the
around
without
that.
the hand gestures, it's kind of hard to.
It's
So
really hard to understand if you're not seeing what we're doing with our f***ing hands.
What the point is that the love lives inside Liv,
Yeah.
and that's what the bedrock of their whole relationship is.
Wow.
And Liz and Liv,
You
love,
just blew my mind.
right. They love together.
Yeah.
But if Liz doesn't laugh at Liv, then how can Liv love inside Liv?
Liv is not even loving inside Liv.
That's the problem.
Liv is loving inside of Liz,
Yeah.
which is giving Liz the last laugh when Liv is supposed to have the last laugh because Liv loves to laugh, love, and live.
Because Liz laughed last Saturday,
Yeah.
right? So this was her week.
Yeah. This was her week to love, laugh, and live.
Last. Right. So they do love last.
Yeah.
And love lasts.
Wow.
If you live a long life.
I just realized so much about that relationship that I never understood before. I love Liv and Liz. Liv and Liz.
Their love is like a river.
Yeah.
You know? A river of laughs.
Yeah. I mean, if there was one relationship that I thought was better than Brianna Bongwater Barnacle and Brian Barnacle.
Oh, another
Liv and
river of
Liz.
laughter.
Yeah.
Have you ever met a couple that their love was like a river of laughs?
Yeah.
And you could take an inner tube and just float
Yeah.
and love it.
Well, and if you ever met those people, you know that they weren't posting about that on Instagram all the time.
They don't even have it. I mean,
They don't even give a shit about Instagram.
No.
They don't even give a shit about
give a
Instagram.
on Instagram.
They don't even give a fuck about Instagram, man.
Right.
They don't,
They because they have an inner tube.
because
and
it doesn't matter.
Because they have each other.
It doesn't matter to them.
That doesn't matter.
Nothing matters to them.
They don't need it.
They don't need it.
They have each other,
All they have is their live, laugh, and love.
and that's beautiful.
Yeah.
The way
That's all you need.
The way you just said that with
That's
your
all you
hands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I just wish people could see our hand motions because they're so brilliant.
I think people are gonna get lost on that last
Yeah.
bit without the hand thing, but
Without the hand things, well, maybe we can do a YouTube video. Maybe
Yeah.
we can do like an animated post.
should we sketch it?
Does anybody out there know an animator? Hey, if you're listening to this podcast and you know an animator, go ahead and shoot us a message, 2honkspodcast@gmail.com. Let us know who can animate our podcast, just so that you understand the words that come out of our mouths better.
And if you don't know how to animate and you're listening and you want to learn how to animate, go ahead and do that, and then you can help us animate this.
Go ahead and learn how to animate, and then you can help us with what we're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, because this is important.
I think what we just, that was an important part.
Yeah.
Live inside Liz.
I think we made a lot of important breakthroughs here today.
Yeah.
I
felt pretty good about it.
You know.
Yeah.